but I can't root for the Chiefs. And I'm going to tell you why. Not just because the Bengals, small market team, I like that. The quarterback's fiance, she's getting on a lot of people's nerves. I mentioned it earlier in the show. Spraying, it's one thing to celebrate. Okay, we got it. That's your man. And you have a ring. But she's spraying people with champagne who didn't ask for it. It's very cold. And so for that reason, no. And I don't think they're going to go to the Super Bowl because of it. It's bad karma. It's bad karma. And it's a waste of good champagne.
And many people also have a little bit of an issue with his brother, Jackson Mahomes, who's the big TikTok guy.
I forgot about that.
So you're not alone. Of course, the biggest point, though, of contention from Sunday's game was the way overtime is carried out in the league. There were 42.7 million people who tuned into the game last weekend. The number peaked at 51.7 million, but it seemed like all anyone did was whine about the overtime rules. The Chiefs won the coin toss, went right down the field, scored. Josh Allen of the Bills never even got a chance to touch the ball. You okay with these overtime rules?
No, and it's been a long-standing problem here. Both teams should get a crack at this thing, especially if they're playing this hard and the game is that close. So, no, I'm not okay with the overtime rules. And who do we talk to about that? Do all the owners can we go straight to Goodell, or do the owners, how do they work that out? Because they have some work to do in the offseason. Yeah,
they will do something. But I'm one of those on the opposite end of it. The rules are the rules. Deal with it. Your defense can stop them. I mean, look, some people might want multiple spouses. That's not the way it works. You got to go by the rules, right? Yeah. I mean, if I could, I don't know.
No, Anthony. And different people play by different rules. So, we reject that. It will change.
We'll see. Well, let's shift gears, Sharon, a little bit. Discuss some of the progress we've seen on the hiring front in the league. The Minnesota Vikings chose Kwesi Adofo-Mensah as their new general manager on Wednesday. Yesterday, they introduced him at a news conference in the Twin Cities. Now, this guy earned an economics degree from Princeton, a master's in economics from Stanford. So the salary cap will be no problem for him. More on that in a moment. First, let's hear from Kwesi Adofo-Mensah.
Our approach to building this roster will be intentional, thoughtful, thorough, and detailed, well planned. We know the destination. It's sustained success and championships for these great fans.
Very sharp guy, it appears. And here's the list of the current black GMs in the NFL. There are now 7 of them. On New Year's Day 2020, there was only 1. So tremendous progress along that front. The day before the Vikings hired Adofo-Mensah, their division rivals, the Chicago Bears, tapped 36-year-old Ryan Poles to guide that franchise. So, Sharon, that makes 5 black GMs hired in the last 12 months. Again, 7 overall. The reason that is significant, because they largely, if not solely, decide the person who will become their head coach. So how do you like the progress that you saw on that page just now? 1 as recently as 2 years ago, now 7 GMs.
It's an unfair question because I should come out and be graceful and celebrate it. I like to see more melanin, in that corner office up there. But what took so long?
Yeah.
Okay, just 2 years ago, how many did you say? It's just
1. Yeah.
It's incredible to me that a league that is predominantly still black has this kind of nonsense, and where you have retreads, right? You have the same coaches who are white who get repurposed over and over and over again. Some of them are great. Some of them are just ego-driven has-beens who send emails that are derogatory about other people, okay? And I know I went down that rabbit hole over here, but you understand there's this standard that we're held to. And so, I like to see it. I hope that these general managers are unapologetic in going out and hiring people who can talk to the players, connect to the players, understand these men. And I think that has something to do with it. So keep going. And rather than celebrate it, I'm watching you. Yeah, NFL, I'm watching you.
So look, Sharon, I'm glad you brought that point up. I showed our afternoon viewers this yesterday. I want to share it with you as well. Kwesi Adofo-Mensah's resume took an extremely unconventional path to his current role. The guy earned an economics degree at Princeton, his master's in economics at Stanford. Then he became a fixed income analyst at Morgan Stanley, worked on Wall Street before beginning his time in the NFL in San Francisco before he joined the Browns as VP of football operations. I'm going to take a wild guess, Sharon, and say that there's no way possible most GMs, most of whom are white, have those types of qualifications just to get the opportunity to build their own teams.
Yeah, he basically is the Barack Obama of the NFL.
Yeah.
Okay? He's the Barack Obama. He had to thread a needle to get there. And might I mention, with that resume you just ran down, these players They should never lose a dime. All they have to do is go to the general manager and know how to handle their money. But I'll say Barack Obama, of the general manager level in the NFL, does he have a wife named Michelle?
He has, he has a fiance.
That's what it takes.
I don't know her name, but he has a fiance, though.
Okay.
He did mention her.
Is there Michelle? Okay. I love it.
All right, so of course there are 7 black NFL GMs. The glaring spotlight heading into this weekend and today, though, the fact that there's only one black head coach in the league. That's Pittsburgh's Mike Tomlin. ESPN's Adam Schefter reporting this morning that former Dolphins head coach Brian Flores has drawn the interest of the New Orleans Saints. He will interview with them. That job just opened up a couple of days ago when Sean Payton resigned. Flores is a finalist for the New York Giants job as well. He also interviewed with the Chicago Bears before that job went to Matt Eberflus yesterday. So Sharon, we'll see what the weekend will bring. In Jacksonville, fans desperately want former Jaguars quarterback Byron Leftwich to get that job. He served as Tampa Bay's offensive coordinator, where he called plays the last 2 years for Tom Brady. So we will see how it goes. Enjoy conference championship weekend, Sharon.
Yeah, they like to interview us. It's just the hiring part. Let me, Rooney Rule. Let me interview a black person, but I might not hire him. This should change, and hopefully it will.
Hopefully
we'll
so.
see what happens this weekend too. I'm rooting against the Chiefs and that annoying fiance. Okay, we're right back.